only thing that I plan to focus on for the next month. Although I think I have chosen the worst day because I'm fairly sure I've got COVID or something like that at the moment. I've been focusing way too much on the technical stuff for a long time. It's time to do nothing but gameplay, crack it out, see how good I can get it. Okay, this was the original plan for the game that I drew up about 2 years ago. So it's kind of old. Text-based game. Sorry, that's the COVID set again. Some of this was quite well thought out. It's just, you know, the gameplay has changed quite a bit, so I guess I just need to redo this. So essentially one of the main gameplay changes I'm trying to make is that I'm going to have like a sort of hub world. I guess it's a bit like a game like Hades where you had the sort of throne room or whatever you called it, and there was just a few different characters that did different things, and you know, after each session you go back there. So the idea is that you go back to this hub world after each session. I kind of have a plan for some of the lore. So I think the idea is it's sort of like a void world that kind of exists outside of the other world. The game is going to revolve entirely around what is currently the gateway, but I think the idea is I'm going to turn it from a gateway to a well, as in the sort of place you get water from, but it's like, you know, ethereal, that sort of thing. That to actually get to gameplay, you sort of dive into the well, right? So the player would walk up to it and go... Gameplay. I've managed to get the game able to like spit me out into this place straight away. Obviously there's some UI elements like the map up the top which are just unnecessary. But this is essentially game core, putting us into this void world. So I think I might have to start to think about removing some of these user interface elements. Okay, realistically this has to be fixed. Alright, let's switch over to the Linux PC. Let's see if this actually works on the capture. I bet it won't. Nice, bug fix. Obviously gameplay only, as you can see. Oh, I'm so ill. I'm only doing this for you though. The viewership. Okay, so I think before the end of today, I ought to have the well in place, as per this doodad. That one there, I pointed to it on the screen, you can't see that, can you? Well, do you know, we could do some modelling. That would be amazing, wouldn't it, for the first time ever? Alright, player goes in there. They get a world. Nice. I guess I'm going to have a title screen as well at some point. The thing is, if I do this, I can get a bit more of an understanding of what the game should actually look like when you boot it up. Check out my splash screen. So this would be mobile. And I can also, wow, it's lovely. I think it adds a bit of pizzazz to it. So the title will go here, or something like that. I just need to actually make the title. And if you actually touch, bang, straight into gameplay. Wow. And then you can go in and you can get a world. So that's nice. Now one problem is that when you're at the title screen, if you press the inventory button, oh, I guess I didn't think of that one. Right. Right, I need to go and get another drink. Right, I've got a confession to make. I think I'm probably too ill to work like too hard today. So I think my plan for today is I'm going to sit on the sofa and watch some TV and do some casual programming and just try and get better. Luckily there is a good few quite straightforward jobs that I could be doing, so I think I'll just crack on with that. Alright, don't judge how messy this place is. This is my sickness outfit, all black, just like a funeral. Hey there! So I ended up doing just a bunch of small jobs and then going on sort of like a 2-day family holiday. So I've kind of been up to a few different things. The main thing I've got done though is I've fixed the rivers. So you look, there they are. Back, majestic. And yeah, I've just done this whole section, so like all this stuff had to be redone. Okay, this is probably the weirdest river I've ever seen in my life, but I guess the World Gen could produce that. That's so interesting. Don't die, don't die. But okay, so one of the problems is that if you actually go in the river, you don't do the animation like you used to. And the other one is that things can still spawn in the rivers, like trees and stuff. So I'll just fix that up. And then get back to doing gameplay. I probably need to just start thinking about wrapping this week's work up, because if I'm going to do it on a weekly basis and then have a big old play test at the end, then in theory, the time to do the playtest is like right now. Starting the game up from nothing, you get splash screen. Beautiful. What this screen is going to be is the game kind of starts up, it might be a bit more cinematic in the final thing, but if the game focuses around you going through this sort of gateway thing to enter into the world, like it's all focused on the gateway. So the initial screen, I kind of imagined it like a bit like a Pokemon game where, you know, it had like a picture of the main Pokemon thing that was revolved around that gameplay. So it starts up and it's like touch to start. Boom. And also you'll be able to see all the things you've done. So I think as you progress through the game, more stuff in this sort of world where the gateway is gonna like become available to you. So you touch to start and then gameplay begins. A lot of other things do still work, like the inventory can be brought up from here. Pausing works. I guess this stuff all works, even though I haven't really tested it. So if you go into the portal, bang, generating world. Oh look, there's a world to explore. So again, you kind of go back in this loop of thrown out of the portal and then have to go back in. So controller specifically, oh no. Okay, apparently if you try and move around the world, it breaks everything. I've definitely got a disable player input flag. There we go, problem solved immediately. Nice one, me. The problem is that touch to start doesn't actually work. So what would be nice is if they enter a new area and suddenly all the enemies that are in that area just sort of appear at once or something similar. It just needs more gameplay. It needs more stuff, but I can do that. We are doing gameplay after all. We're just about getting ready to run the app on the iPhone. Oh, it's painful. Does it work? Yeah! There's a black border at the top though. Bloop. Nice. Okay, that's cool. Talk to this guy. Go over here. Go into the well. The world appears. So the moment to moment does largely work. In combination with this stuff and the paper cuts, I think actually I could probably get to work on just solving some of this stuff. Like, I think what I'd like to do for the rest of the week is just tidy up what I've already got. Let's try and make this thing look cool. Look at that. That's weird. This looks nice. Look at that. It does spend a lot of its time sort of dark. Maybe make some of the black a bit not so black. So that was pretty much everything I got done this week. I only gave myself a few hours to improve it because I did want to get this video out. It was mostly only really done for the thumbnail. So with that, development of the hub world has begun, and next week I'm going to move to working on gameplay in the overworld. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.